Hi, welcome back to the channel, Michelle, and today I'm going to take you through a week that we have off. So on my channel I talk about how we do the Sabbath scheduling, so 6 weeks on, 1 week off. It's not always exactly 6 weeks, sometimes it's 7 or 8 weeks, but we are currently on our week off, and someone had asked, what do we do when we have our week off? So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to show you. So we took the week after Easter off, and that's mainly due to my husband's schedule. That's when his vacation is. Again, if you're new here, my husband's a pastor, so the season of Lent and Easter are super busy for him. So I chose to take the week off as a family so we could do some stuff together. So it is actually Tuesday right now. Monday we didn't really do anything, and that was on purpose. I try not to overschedule us, especially when we have our week off. But just because Easter was so hectic, Easter egg hunts, family, we really just sat around on Monday, so there wasn't anything to film. I did do a couple of things though, and I can show you right here. So I planted my tomatoes that will be going into our garden hopefully in a couple months when they're ready. So I started the tomato seeds. So we did go to Menards yesterday and buy soil. And then usually if my husband has vacation or a week off, I try to work some type of house renovation in that time period. So what we're going to be doing is working on our back porch area, which I will show you in a minute and see what we're doing with that. But that's kind of what we're doing today. Hopefully later we're going to go see Super Mario Brothers in the theater. It'll be my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old's first time seeing a movie, so that'll be exciting, but we'll see how the day goes with that. So this is our renovation project. This is our back porch area. Now it used to wrap around all the way to the side of our house, but as you can see here, we needed somewhere to store our pop-up camper that we bought last spring for summer. So that's where it sits. Right here we wanted it on the concrete paver. And our original plan was to just take off the other side of the porch, but there's 2 reasons. One, we had a water heater issue in our basement, so the funds for that kind of were depleted. And 2, there is a ton of birds living up there, and I just don't feel right to homing a bunch of birds. So perhaps next summer that will be taken care of. But what we have done so far is my husband cut an opening. That's Jacob. Say hi, Jacob! He cut the railing off there, and now we need to put some stairs in so that we can have access on and off the back porch area. And the kids really do like having this back porch area. You can see their toys are up here. So we need to have some type of stairs because I don't want them jumping up and down. So he is working on putting in some stairs. The stairs are complete. We used the wood from the part we took down from that side, so it's all the reclaimed decking there, and then we just had to buy the risers from Menards. But I just wanted some stairs so the kids can go up and down safely without falling off the porch. All right, it's 2 o'clock and same day. I just changed because it was super hot out. So I'm working in the garden. I had to put fresh soil down, and I had to replant one house plant into a bigger pot. But I'll give you a tour of the garden really quick. So this is our garage, the back of our garage here, and we turn this area all into gardening. So we have lettuce will be in here, cucumbers go in here, and this will be those tomato plants when it's time to transfer. And then around the border we just have these concrete blocks, and the kids plant whatever flowers they pick out from seed, and it's really nice when everything starts to bloom. We have all these layers of flowers, and a lot of them are butterfly friendly, so we get a lot of butterflies. But I had to fill in the dirt for all these, and the dirt had to refill these from last year, and you can see we already have some lettuce coming up. It is almost 4 o'clock and we're getting ready to leave for the movies, and we're seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie. So it is now Wednesday and it's time for a little story time. So last I left this video, we were going to see a movie. So we did yesterday we went and saw Super Mario Brothers. And it was a good movie. Everybody enjoyed it. My husband's a big Mario fan, so he really liked it. There was definitely a lot of Easter eggs and nostalgia to it, so everyone seemed to like it. But about halfway through the video, my 3-year-old fell asleep. Now, if you're an experienced parent, this might be a clue to you, and you might be able to guess the end of this story. So I thought it was a little weird. He fell asleep, but he'd been playing outside all day, so I thought, okay, maybe he's just tired and not into the movie. So he slept through the rest of the movie, and then the movie ended, and I told my husband, okay, why don't you pick him up, because he's still sleeping, and just carry him back to the car. So we picked him up, and we were just leaving the theater, so going into the actual lobby of the movie theater, and what does my 3-year-old do but lift his head and start puking everywhere, like projectile puking. And it was one of those moments as a parent where you're both shocked and mortified. So we try our best to get him outside, but in the process, because we weren't that far away from like leaving the building, and there was nothing on the way to leaving the building, so we had to get him out. In the process, he managed to barf all over my husband and barf all over me. And I'm pretty sure we left a small trail of barf on our way out. I feel really bad for the movie theater staff that had to deal with that. That was probably one of the worst aspects of it. I knew I ruined some people's day that day. So we get him home, everybody gets cleaned up, and his stomach has been off and on. Last night he got sick a couple times. And I thought, oh, okay, so maybe I'm hoping it's a quick stomach bug that goes through. But we are now on Wednesday morning, and we were supposed to go meet some friends at a park because my 2 older girls were feeling fine. So we pack up, we go to the park. We get to the park, and we're walking to the bench to sit down. What happens? But my oldest, my 10-year-old, starts puking in the grass. So we have some kind of stomach bug going through our house right now, which just really sucks because this is our vacation week. And I wanted to do some really exciting things this week, some things I had planned. We were supposed to go to a museum that's farther away. That's not going to happen now. That's just not a possibility. And it's disappointing, yes. We had a stressful couple weeks leading up to Easter. My husband was really busy. I was really looking forward to doing some stuff as a family. That's shot. That's just gone, and it sucks. And that's, I think, important. An important part of this video, instead of showing all the cool things we're doing, we're going to talk about real life, that sometimes your kids get sick and you can't do those fun things, and you spend your vacation week sitting at home holding puke buckets. That's real life sometimes. So I'm going to see if it continues to go through members of the family. I'm going to see if there's any salvaging this week. I really hope that it remedies quickly because my oldest birthday party is Saturday of this week, and it's a roller rink party. So I'm really hoping she's able to recover by then because, you know, not only is it her birthday, but everything's been bought and is ready to go. So here's hoping we can at least salvage that part of this week. But I will keep you updated as to how things are going, but so far this is our week off. Alright, so I've decided to bake some banana muffins because I bake when I'm sad or stressed out, and we had some ripe bananas that needed to be used, and I figure with 2 tummies upset in the house that having some banana muffins might help. So I'm not going to show you the exact process of it. I'll link the recipe below, but I did want to show you some of the tips I use that make it not only gluten-free, if you're new here, we're a gluten-free family of 5. My youngest daughter has celiac disease. Not only how it's gluten-free, but also how I adapt it to be dairy-free since my son and I have a dairy intolerance. Alright, so for the milk, I just replace with almond milk. Ripple milk I find is the best replacement when baking. And to make it dairy-free, the oil, I just use the Earth Balance dairy-free, soy-free. And then to actually make the muffins puff up, because anything gluten-free is usually more dense and doesn't rise very well, I use dough enhancer with any baking I do. And it's gluten-free, wheat-free, but added bonus, it has ginger in it. So I figured this will only help us at this point with 2 tummies upset in the house. But this will help it rise better. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon per cup of flour. So the recipe was 2 cups. So I put 2 1/4 teaspoons. I put 1/4 teaspoon twice in here. So as you can see in here, so I'm going to mix that together and put it in the oven. Muffins are all done, and I only baked them for 18 minutes. I believe the instructions say 20 to 22, so obviously keep an eye on them. And the gluten-free flour I use Pamela's gluten-free bread mix, because I make my own bread. I'll link up the recipe above, but we go probably through a loaf of bread every other day, so I use this as my all-purpose flour as well. And half of them have chocolate chips, and for that I use the Enjoy Life, very allergy-friendly, free of all these things. So that is how I make gluten-free, dairy-free banana muffins. So I'm currently in my dining room prepping for the next 6 weeks of school. And one of the things I'm doing is printing out Torchlight and lesson planning for core knowledge science. And then I need to go through and figure out match up art projects for the next 6 weeks. And this is actually exciting because we'll finish Torchlight in the next 5 weeks, so a little over a month. And then we'll be switching over to summer curriculum. But I do have videos how I prep for the following 6 weeks. I have it for 1st grade, I have it for 4th grade, and I have it for group subjects. So I'm not gonna show you guys all that, but I figured with some kind of stomach bug on the loose in the house, getting this done early is probably better in case I come down with it. And on Monday night, I did prep the kids' core subjects, so like math, language arts, handwriting, those areas, and it was actually really quick. I think it only took me like 30 minutes because, like I said, we are nearing the end of our school year, so there's not that much left to prep, and seeing the end of it is actually exciting. A little glimmer of light in this, a little disappointing of a week. So that is what I'm going to be spending the next probably hour or so doing, prepping the next 6 weeks. I am currently standing on my roof holding a ladder as my husband puts on a cap for our chimney. Welcome to my room. So I figured I'd update you. Today's Thursday while I fold laundry. And the kids are feeling better. Yes, all 3 kids got sick yesterday. All of them started throwing up. And through the night, they were all sick. Luckily, my husband and I have been hanging on by a thread. But they're feeling better today. Nobody's gotten sick. They're just kind of hunkered down, watching TV. Although, within the last hour, my husband has said he's gotten a really bad headache. So let's hope that doesn't turn into something else. But yeah, that is what I am doing on vacation. I am doing a lot of laundry, taking care of a lot of sick people. But sometimes that's life, that's realistic. I can't, take you along on a Disney vacation or trip to Hawaii, but I can take you along while everybody in the house gets some kind of stomach bug. So here's hoping I don't catch it, because we all know what happens when moms go down. Then pretty much the entire ship goes down. But I'm feeling fine so far. I'm just, like I said, doing copious amounts of laundry at this point. And the bright side of this is, hey, I don't have to make dinner because I don't think anybody's ready to eat anything solid yet. So, bright side is I don't have to cook tonight. So I just finished that load of laundry. There's another load of laundry going in, but I figured I'd show you what else I'm doing besides keeping everybody, alive and well in this house. I finished all school prep for the next 6 weeks. We will actually finish Torchlight, Curiosity Chronicles, all that in the next 5 weeks. So that's really exciting. I've already planned and prepped things for summer, so I'll be able to make a video on that soon, show you guys our summer schedule and what we have planned, because we do year-round school, but we do switch up the topics or areas of interest during summer. So that's all done. I mean, I guess that's the positive side yet again, is that all my planning and prep is done for a while and I'm really organized and ready to go. But on top of that, I've also been reading. So I got this book for my birthday, and I do really like the E.D. Hirsch and E.D. Hirsch Jr. books. It's the creator of Core Knowledge, if you didn't know. This one is all right. Like, it talks about cultural literacy and what every American needs to know, and it goes on that premise of the more background knowledge you have on something, the better able you are to assimilate that information and relate it to other things. So I am only that far through, but so far I think it's a good read, and I'm enjoying that. I finished this book. I am part of a book club at the library, and it's adults who read children's books, specifically middle grade and young adult is the age group or the category of books we focus on. And I was really excited that they chose a Catherine Applegate book, and I have a video that will come out right before, a collab video talking about the books I recommend, and this is one of them. I love anything about by Catherine Applegate. She's done Crenshaw, The One and Only Bob, The One and Only Ivan, and Lang, all those things. So I'll talk about that in that video that will probably come out, I think, Wednesday of this week. But I finished this book. It's really quick. It's like almost like a free verse, but she writes from the perspective of animals a lot, and she has very environment conservationist type of mindset. So it was actually really good, and I enjoyed it. My daughter has read, I think, all the Catherine Applegate books except one at this point. So she was really eager to have a conversation with me, and she was disappointed that she will not be able to go to book club with me and talk about her favorite author. But those are the things I have been accomplishing in the midst of all this sickness. And I did want to show you one of my favorite things I got for Christmas. Having fun isn't hard when you have a library card, and it's got Arthur Reed's library card. So I'm a big fan of PBS. I grew up watching Arthur. I have all the Mark Brown books. I even have a signed copy of a Mark Brown book. And now all of my kids have started to cycle through it. My 10-year-old still really enjoys Arthur, my youngest one, or my youngest daughter is getting into it now. So we really love Arthur at our house, and I have, like I said, all the Arthur books. So when I got that for Christmas, I was really excited. But again, it was a bit of a dreary, sad day, and everybody's sick, so I just put on my Happy Arthur shirt to help me get through it. It's the little things that get you through it, right? We have made it to Saturday party day. So I'll show you really quick what my daughter got from us. She got Animal Crossing, Sprinkle Sunday books, the entire collection. And then I'll turn you around because my youngest daughter wants to show what she got her sister. My 6-year-old made my 10-year-old some Lego sets, and then she colored her an entire booklet that's like this book or this big, and she's explaining all the pictures to her right now. So that's what she got from my 6-year-old. So as I mentioned before, my youngest daughter has celiac disease, so we have to bring some stuff for her to eat at the party, and then there's some guests that have different food intolerances as well. So I'm going to show you how I accommodate for that. All right, so for my son and one other child, I just picked this up, gluten-free, vegan. That's what they will eat, just cook that. And then I'm going to make Costco's gluten-free pizza. It's got dairy on it, so that'll be for my daughter who has celiac disease, and then one other child. And then I made the cupcakes yesterday, so I just iced them today. And I bought this off Amazon. It's a whole kit, so it comes with the icing tubes and all the little extensions. I'll link it down below. But I figure since I'm going to be spending the majority of my life now making cakes and desserts for my youngest daughter, it came with a cake plate and everything. So these are the cupcakes from yesterday with icing. And this is icing I had in the freezer that I pre-made. I will link my recipe down below that I both use for chocolate and vanilla, but it's great Again, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, because I use the Earth Balance butter. So cupcakes are ready to go, pizza's ready to go. Next up is balloons. So I bought this off Amazon 3 years ago and it's still going well. So we just hang it up whenever it's somebody's birthday, and when we're done, we just hang it in the basement. And you can see it's deflated a little, but it still works really well. So I highly recommend these signs because they do keep pretty well. So on top of that, we're going to be doing some actual balloons. Just picked this up from Walmart for $33. I got some cheetah print balloons from Amazon, so my husband's going to blow these up right now. So we still have air left in the tank, but we figured that's probably more than enough for every child to have a balloon. As you can see, the theme is kind of gold cheetah, but there they are. We just got back from the party. It's almost 5 o'clock, so we were there for about 3 hours, but it went awesome. Everybody had a lot of fun. I haven't been to a roller rink since probably the 90s, so it was fun. Everybody had a good time and had lots of cake, and everybody enjoyed the allergy-friendly food. So that was a day in our week off. It was definitely not a typical one with all the sickness, and I will probably have to film another one that shows, when we actually do more fun things. But I think this is also a good one too, that sometimes this is what our week turns into when unexpected things happen. I'm gonna end it here because I already have a video up on Sunday that shows you kind of what we do in my routine, but all we're really gonna do tomorrow is we'll go to church and we'll have Sunday school, and then I do my day of rest. So I try to be creative. I'm gonna do a piano lesson, do something artistic. I'm sure my oldest will be going into her new Animal Crossing video game. I'm sure she'll be all obsessed with that. She's got a bunch of presents from her friends too, so she'll be occupied with that. But it will hopefully be a nice, relaxing day after a very long week. And luckily everybody's feeling great, so I'm thankful for that going into the next week we'll at least be healthy. Maybe not very well rested, but at least we will all be healthy. Fingers crossed. But that is my week. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But always, thank you for watching.